Imagine today, every step in post-trade, there is a reconciliation because there's disparate data formats and standards across the whole industry. And there's really, I think, two initiatives that as an industry we launched to tackle that. And one is an initiative that we participate in called DMIST. And most exchanges are participating as well as a lot of clients and clearing members. DMIST is to try to standardize the behavior and the data models of the industry, tackle it kind of top down that way. We're coming at it bottoms up by trying to unify all of the data of all the systems that touch execution, clearing, post-trade allocations, so that clients just have an easier way to interact with the street and eliminate duplicative reconciliations all through the lifecycle.
What prompted the partnership between FIA Tech and NASDAQ?
It came out of work that we began doing with our Trade Data Network initiative. Post-COVID, there was a kind of a cry from the clients and clearing members to invest in technology to bring transparency into the clearing process. I think disruptions from high volumes caused, and technology outages and cyber attacks over the past three years have kind of brought certain clearing members or markets to a standstill, and clients sort of go blind in those situations, not knowing where their positions are, what's cleared, what hasn't cleared. So TDN was meant to bring transparency to that. So exchanges are really critical partners of ours for that initiative, and we've been working with CME, Eurex, ICE, and we came around to working with SGX, who's one of our also key target partners to work with, and we learned talking to them that they run on NASDAQ's clearing platform. So do a lot of other exchanges globally. NASDAQ powers the majority of the derivatives clearing houses in our world. And it was a really natural place to focus, to go upstream, partner once comprehensively with NASDAQ, and embed their technology in the Trade Data Network. We want to lower the cost across the board for exchanges to integrate to us, for members to integrate to us and take advantage of the platform, because those benefits just make it easier to roll out and simplify things for clients.
How will the integration enhance the volume and quality of post-trade data?
I think the quality is a really good point to hone in on, because going to authoritative golden sources of data is really essential. And the clearinghouse is the authoritative source of whether or not a trade exists. Where is that trade? Whose membership? Whose account? And so it was really essential in improving data quality that you're not losing the fidelity because that data went through various legacy systems and platforms that might lose things along the way. So imagine we're getting the unedited, high-def version of the information straight from the exchange in CCP without any data fields or elements being lost. That just helps everyone in being able to track down what happened, when, what time, where's the trade.
What risks are you aiming to reduce?
Imagine on any given day, on a normal day, we see 2 to 3% of global volume of give-ups fail to get claimed by the ultimate clearing member who clears for the client. On a bad day, it's 7%, it's 10%. When the Ukraine conflict broke out, it was over 20%, went overnight unclaimed. That means margin is being posted by an executing broker who often doesn't have the ability to call the margin from the client. So the liquidity strains that can result from the trade not getting to the right account on T can be really significant. We want to minimize that risk of a trade not getting to its right account. And then there's a lot of other ancillary benefits of that trade being booked accurately, the right fees and commissions, just to eliminate all those duplicative reconciliations that clients and brokers have to do.
How will this partnership enhance risk analysis and capital efficiency for CCPs?
Getting the right trade in the right account means that you have the ability to call margin, substitute in collateral from the client who executed the trade or the investor that the trade was executed on behalf of. And that does reduce the strain on the system, especially during peak days.
What are the key technical advancements that NASDAQ real-time trading brings?
What's interesting about what NASDAQ is doing, which parallels a lot of the investments we've been making, is that the cloud technology platforms have matured to a place that they bring an unprecedented level of scalability while being very secure. And the things that you're able to do, the amount with data now in the cloud opens up a lot of possibilities. So I think NASDAQ has modernized their platform to bring unprecedented scalability and flexibility to plug in services like ours into the platform at much lower cost. And we view TDN as the same way. We want to make it very easy for ISVs to connect and use data from clients and brokers who are on the platform to make it easier to plug in a risk model, plug in analytics, which used to be long, expensive IT projects, but we can now see a future where that will be far quicker to market, far easier to use at lower cost.
How will standardization of data and processes be achieved?
We're in a middle phase where it's a lot easier to normalize the street because the tools to do that are lower cost and easier to use. But the only way to standardize is truly to collectively work together to standardize. And that's where we're really leaning into the FIA DMIST initiative, because without that, we will just continue to map everyone to everyone and still have a bit of a mess underneath the covers, even though it is lower cost to clean up that mess. We want to eliminate it at the start. And I think, SGX, ASX, CME, a lot of those exchanges are participating in DMIST as well as the clearing members. And we think that work will go on for years, but will ultimately standardize things at the source.
Are there any additional features or services that will come with this partnership?
NASDAQ does have a comprehensive suite of services alongside their clearing platform, things in trade surveillance and compliance. And those are things that will become easier to plug into not just our platform, but others as a result of this. So we do look forward to expanding the partnership down the line once we complete this phase.
What are the next steps?
We actually built integration first. So we went live with SGX before we debuted the partnership. We wanted to have a live exchange running on TDN on NASDAQ's clearing platform with the integration between us. So really the next steps are taking it out to the rest of the community of exchanges that run on their platforms. We'd love to be adopted, obviously, by every derivatives exchange running on NASDAQ's platform. I think that's really the goal. We want to reduce the cost and make it easier for exchanges to support their members who are on TDN.